to win $1 million. 8 players did everything they could to hide in the high school campus. If they could stay undiscovered for 20 minutes, they would win the prize money. Player 1 Kojima hid in the auditorium. The walls here are lined with soundproof wooden planks. He built a compartment with the same texture in the corner, and made a symmetrical one on the other side. Player 2 Kikuta dug a deep pit under a trash can, buried his lower body in the soil, and hid his upper body in a modified trash can. Player 3 Sano set up a partition in front of the stadium warehouse door. The details and craftsmanship are perfect. He then piled up some sports equipment as a second line of defense. Player 4 Okabe was at the back door of the laboratory. He forged a concrete step. The space underneath was just enough for him to hide in, and it was identical to the structure next to it. Player 5 Yumekawa modified a table in the library to create a vertical hidden space. Player 6 Akiyama in the last game, he disguised himself as a teacher but got caught. Today he decided to wear women's clothes and asked a few girls to mix into the crowd with him. He believed the students would never suspect a thing. Player 7 Sohin took a fancy to the bench in the English corner. He made a fake one that he could hide inside. Then he asked someone to sit on it and chat over tea. Player 8 Matsuo, who loved being in the spotlight, also chose a hidden spot to hide. After all 8 players had finished hiding, the first 10 minutes of the game were about to begin. This time the number of students was huge. It didn't take long for them to scatter to every corner of the campus. The garbage dump where Kikuta was hiding was approached by 3 or 4 boys, but they only took a quick look, thinking the trash can was too small to hide someone. The cafeteria food counter where Matsuo was hiding also had people passing by frequently, but this time he chose not to show his face. Akiyama, who was dressed as a girl, sneaked into the search party amid the chaos. The girls beside him were people he had talked to in advance. They ran around searching just like the other students. This time the players' hiding spots were quite concealed. 5 minutes passed, and surprisingly no one had been found yet. But just then, 3 new students came over to the trash cans. They checked extremely carefully, lifting up each trash can for inspection, instead of just opening the lids casually. So Kikuta was the first one to be eliminated. Okabe also had a lot of people gathering around to watch him, just because the air conditioning drain pipe had been running non-stop. A large area under the step had become wet. This aroused the students' suspicion. They lifted up the side of the step and arrested Okabe, who was hiding there on the spot. At this moment Akiyama was still mixed in the crowd, rejoicing at others' misfortunes. But Sohin, hiding in the English corner, was not so lucky. The students checked every spot in the room. Seeing that the foreign teacher had been occupying the last sofa, they took the initiative to ask him to stand up. Faced with the students' insistence, the foreign teacher had to get up, and just like that Sohin was eliminated too. There were only 2.5 minutes left until the end of the first half. Akiyama was running away in embarrassment with people chasing him. Even though someone was covering for him, the students still rushed in front of Akiyama and pointed him out. It turned out that they were very familiar with the girls around Akiyama, and there was suddenly an extra person today. Combined with the fact that player Akiyama had always loved disguising himself, they found it very suspicious. At this moment Yumekawa in the library also faced a crisis. After observing the table, this girl asked the teacher to move the items on it so she could check. Yumekawa, hiding inside, was eliminated without any surprise. Thus the first half of the game ended. Only 3 hiders remained. They had to face a search by more than 1,400 people. And in the second half, the students even tapped the walls carefully to check if there were any hidden spaces. Soon a group of girls noticed something unusual about the cafeteria wall. Matsuo, hiding inside, covered his mouth and nose. Fortunately his disguise was seamless. Even though the girls were suspicious, they found nothing after checking. On the other hand, Kojima, hiding in the auditorium, also caught the students' attention. They focused on this soundproof wall with a somewhat special structure. After careful examination by everyone, Kojima was finally eliminated. With that, only Matsuo and Sano remained in the game. Many people passed by Sano's hiding spot, but they only checked the outside, never even considering the interlayer space inside. Time was ticking away. The students were still searching diligently until the 2 girls who had left earlier returned to the cafeteria. This time they brought more classmates to help check. After careful inspection by the crowd, Matsuo was finally exposed. There was only 1 minute left until the end of the game. The entire school was searching for the last remaining player, Sano. However, the boxes and clutter Sano had placed there attracted all the attention, so Sano successfully held on until the end of the game and won the $1 million prize.